Hey, hey, day 3, underway. Grab your scale, grab your starter, grab yourself some water, grab your flour, and here we go again. So you have your jar of starter going. You're gonna go ahead and measure out 4 ounces of flour by weight. Some of the things you might be noticing with your starter is you might be noticing some bubbles. That means the fermentation process has begun. All right, add our flour in there. Usually you're gonna see more of the doubling in size of your starter from the fermentation around between days 4 and 6. And all of this is affected, I dumped some on my counter, it's okay, it's clean. All of this is affected by the heat too. So the reason we were putting it above the fridge is to get a little bit of the heat from the refrigerator. It's not a lot of heat, but it tends to be a warmer place in your kitchen. Now go ahead and measure out your 4 ounces of water. Oopsie, I somehow switched from, there we go. I switched to kilograms on my scale. But you know, if you're finding that it's getting cooler in your house or something along those lines and you need a little bit more heat, you can set it on your stove. If you bake something, you can set it on your stove. You can put it in your stove with the light on for a few hours or something like that. But the reason you're doing it is to get the heat. Now you're gonna mix your flour and your water in with your rest of your starter. I always kind of scrape down the sides of my jar a little bit and then scrape down my spatula on the way out. And you're going to start, like I said, you're gonna start noticing the thick or the texture of it, well, not quite yet, but it ends up being more like when you have a healthy sourdough, it's gonna have that pancake mix texture. So it might be a little bit thicker, might be a little bit more watery. It's incorporating, it's creating that yeast that makes the sourdough a bread that can rise without adding yeast to it. So you might be noticing a little bit of a smell with it. You wanna start smelling that tangy smell. Some people really love the smell of sourdough, some don't, but that smell, that fermented smell, is what gives it that tang. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it, put it back above my fridge, and I'll be back again tomorrow. So there is day 3, 4 ounces of water, 4 ounces of flour by weight. Add them to your starter, incorporate them in, and let it sit. See you tomorrow.